Hey Key Stage 2 and welcome back to another week of Arts with Miss Hepworth. Now, I know I shouldn't really be doing these videos anymore since you're all back at school. However, I believe there is a very special day coming up that we all need to prepare for. So we are going to be creating Mother's Day cards. Not just any Mother's Day cards though. We are going to be making flip out Mother's Day cards. Now, not that kind of flip out where you'll go to a trampoline park or something. However, your card is going to open up and read a really special message for your mum on her special day. So, to give you an idea of what we're going to be making, I have made a very, very basic example. Now, obviously yours is going to be so much more amazing because you guys are not only going to be using coloured paper, but all of your artwork that you're going to be putting onto your cards is going to look incredible when it's all finished. So, to give you an idea of what we're going to do, have a look at my example. So as you can see, I have used a previous piece of artwork that we made during lockdown. And can any of you guess which week we looked at where we made these? I believe it was our scribble art week where I took inspiration from Mr. Ryan's drawing technique. Okay, so I have used this as the outside of my Mother's Day card. Okay, so I've obviously put the Mother's Day sign at the front, but on the inside it's a completely different story. Okay, so I'm going to show you very briefly of what's going to happen. So if I bring this a little bit closer, you will see we will have our little message here, and then I wonder what this is. Can any of you see what that is? It looks like a flap. Okay, and that's exactly what it is, because that is where we're going to be landing our 3D pop-out message. Okay, so before we get started, I'm going to tell you what you need to get this activity on the road. So, first of all, you will need 2 sheets of A4 paper. Now, for you, don't go plain like me. Go for something colourful. So grab yourself some coloured paper. Now that can be yellow, green, red. The choice is entirely up to you. You might also need a pair of scissors, some glue, and of course, dare I ever forget, your favourite pens. Okay, so for me, I'm using my brush pens because I love using these for each of the episodes that we've done together. So once you've got everything out in front of you, then you are ready. So make sure you've got everything you need. So pause the video and then come back when you're ready. Go. Fab, so you've got everything you need to get yourself started. So why don't you start by folding your first sheet of A4 paper? This is going to be your card. So let's make sure when we are folding, we make sure that our corners of the sheet of A4 paper comes right to the bottom, lining up with each of our corners, just like that. So that when we come to here and we come to straightening out our card, it goes nice and neatly. Okay, so our lines up, the edges of our card line up well. Okay, so we have now got our card and it is folded. Great. So the other sheet of paper that you'll need, I'll tell you why you need it, because we are using that sheet to create these little flaps to put into our card. Now I will show you how to do that. So first of all, you will take your sheet of A4 paper. Now I believe I need to get another sheet of paper because I've used the other half as my message. So bear with me a moment. So I have got my other sheet of A5 paper. Okay, so that's one half of a whole. One part of a whole. Okay, so I am going to use this sheet of paper to turn it into a mini fan. So the type of fan that might keep you cool on a summer's day. Okay, so loads of you that might know how to make these. Okay, you're just simply folding the sheet of paper over and over. So you're starting from the front, you're going to turn it over, making sure that the bottom of our line is in line with the bottom of our page, and then we just keep going back and forth with our fan until it is finished. So you've got this lovely flap coming up here, okay? And then you'll use that to then stick into your card. So you'll use the sections of your fan on the edge of each side, and you're going to glue those sections down onto your card in the middle. Okay, so that it folds out just like this. Okay, so when I say glue, you're gluing the bottom of each side of your fan to the back of the card on the inside. Okay, so once we have done that and you've got your perfect flap and stuck it on the inside of your card, you are then going to start thinking about what you are going to put on the inside in terms of a message. So for me, I've already started by putting mum at the top, so I know I've got an idea of what I'm going to put in. So I can introduce what I was doing on the other sheet of paper that I was telling you about. Okay, so I decided to put a huge speech bubble into the middle of my card on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to use my scissors very carefully and cut out my shape. Now when you're cutting out your shape, it doesn't have to be the same thing I'm cutting out. You can do a circle, a square, a star, might even be a flower. Okay, the choice is entirely up to you. So this is my shape, and what I'm going to do is, unlike you where you're using glue, I'm going to use sellotape. Okay, so I use my sellotape and I'm going to stick it at the back of my speech bubble. Okay, now the reason why I have kept the fold in on my speech bubble is so that it folds inwards with the card when the card is closed. Okay, so I am just going to gently wrap that sellotape around that speech bubble, and then it is gently, just like so, it's very gently going to sit in my card just like that. Okay, and then you see the detail of the flaps behind. Okay, and then when you close the card, just like so, everything closes nice and together. Now, don't worry too much if your card doesn't completely close. It's absolutely fine, because remember, if you guys are going to be making an envelope as well to put your card in, then obviously your card will flatten over time, okay? Or put a heavy book on top. That's also a really good tip on flattening objects. Okay, so once you've done that, you're going to put your message in the middle. Okay, now obviously your message is entirely up to you, but if I was writing to my mum, then I would be writing something like this, and I'm just going to move the camera down so you can see exactly what I am doing. So I have my card here and I'm just about to write my message. So I've got my brush pen, and before I start writing my message, I might want to just decorate the inside just a little bit. So while I'm doing this, have a think about what you're going to write in your cards. What's going to make it so special that to show your mums or any ladies in your life really how much you appreciate what they do. Okay, so for my message I might write mum, wrong side of my pen. You are the best. So once you've done that, you might want to change your colour, which is also great. So you might want to go a little bit smaller with your words. Okay, so for me, already you can see how my card is starting to develop. Okay, so at the top, I've obviously got my mum, I've got my stick out note, and then what I'm going to do after is just add some smaller words in. So once you've got the main things just like that, then you have got the basics of what your card will look like, and you can start focusing more on the decoration side of your card. So bear with me, I'm just going to move the camera up so you can see me again. And okay, there we go. So, and there you have it. So the basics of what will be your amazing Mother's Day cards. Okay, front, surprise. So have a go yourselves. I can't wait to see what you make, and I'm sure your mums will love to see what you've made too. Okay, enjoy and get busy making. Bye now.